our freedom in this country, and we talk about the right to bear arms, and we talk about the right for this and the right for that and the right for this and the right for that. As far as I'm concerned, the greatest right that we have, the greatest freedom, and I'm not even going to say right, but the greatest freedom that we have in this country is the freedom to worship Jesus Christ openly. That's the greatest freedom that we have, bar none. And we can worship Christ in this country openly without fear of being sawn in two, or being stoned, or being flogged, or being beaten. And my question that I ask myself, and my question that I ask you is, if you really are a Christian, and you have the total freedom to worship Him, speak about Him in any form or fashion that you want to, without retribution. Yeah, they might mock you, somebody might say something to you, somebody might cuss at you, somebody might make fun of you, somebody might poke a finger at you. The question is, if all of this is true, why are we not naming the name of Christ as a normal part of our life, as a normal part of our conversations? We have salvation. We have nothing that we can lose. We can't lose anything physically, and even if you lost your life for naming the name of Christ. What did Paul also say? For me to live is Christ, for me to die is gain. Paul talks about, it would be better for me to go home to be with the Lord right now, but I'm going to go ahead and stick around for a little bit longer because I think you need me more than I need to go home to be with the Lord. So he continued to put up with the things that he was putting up with so that he could speak the truth to these people. I'm certainly there are a handful of men that consider me the Paul in their life, and that's very, very humbling. There are a handful of men that I consider to be my Timothys. And I have a great desire for you to know Christ. Some of you do, some of you don't. Some of you mock me, some of you will shake your head, some of you just put up with what we have to say here on a Sunday because you want me to get done so you can have something to eat. I'm cool with all of that. But the bottom line is, I am not going to stop naming the name of Christ to you. And at some point you're going to have to understand that there is nothing greater that you could receive. You're trying to find peace in all kinds of places. You're trying to find peace at the end of the needle. You're trying to find peace at the bottom of the bottle. You're trying to find peace in all different kinds of places. It isn't there. And it's going to end up taking your life as well. I sat beside a man this week who was smoking crack with a hole in his neck because he had to have tracheotomy because of cancer. And he's sitting there smoking crack to a hole in his neck. He's so addicted. Now, many of you will shake your head at that. Consider your own addiction. Consider your own addiction. You need to take and you need to overcome those addictions. The only thing that's going to overcome any of those addictions is Jesus Christ. One of the things that we talk a lot about when it comes to the military is this whole PTSD thing. I understand. When I first got home from Vietnam, I struggled for a little while. I lived in a small town in Pennsylvania, and every Saturday at noon, they used to set off the fire alarm just as a practice drill to make sure that it worked. If there was a fire somewhere, whatever. Yeah, I was in the backyard, unsuspecting of the alarm going off. And when the siren went off, that only meant one thing: incoming. That's all that meant. And so, yeah, I ran across the yard without even thinking and dove into the ditch on the side of the road, scared my mom and my sister halfway to death because that was her reaction, all right? There's only one solution to PTSD. One permanent, real solution to PTSD. What is it? It's the Holy Spirit. The one solution to the things that are addicting to you right now. There's only one solution to your depression. There's only one solution to your addiction. There's only one solution to the stuff that you're allowing to rule your life right now. And that is Jesus Christ. There is nothing else. Now, you can name him without any fear whatsoever. And I would encourage you to do that. If you don't know him, it's time. You need to. Some of you have been listening to me for years. And you shake your head, yeah, I believe in God, yeah, that's good, let's eat. Okay? I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, last week, last Monday, last Tuesday, last Monday night, you heard on the news, I'm sure some of you would have gotten word of news. Alex, my friend, he was a friend of this ministry, was gunned down down by the hospital, down by Winnie Palmer Hospital. He came out of the hospital, was visiting a friend. A couple of black guys came by in a car. There was words exchanged. They made a U-turn. Two guys got out of the car, shot him dead. Two in the chest, one in the neck. It doesn't make any difference to me that the guys in the car were black. It doesn't make any difference to me that my friend was white. The bottom line is the anger issue that America has right now can only be solved in one particular way, and that's Jesus Christ. The anger issue that you have. I hear people all the time, yeah, I'm laying in wait for so-and-so, he sucker punched me. Yeah, I'm waiting for so-and-so because he stole something from me. Yeah, I'm waiting for so-and-so because that. They are going to disappoint you. I am going to disappoint you. You can't expect people to act like Christians when they're not. Because you're not even acting like a Christian and you've got the Holy Spirit. The only solution to the things that we're putting up with in our life right now, and the only solution to the stuff that's coming out of our lives right now is Jesus Christ. And you can name him without fear of retribution. Look at what these people went through. And what was that sentence? Men and women of whom the world was not worthy. The world was not worthy of them. But who was worthy of them? Christ was worthy of them. Christ's cause was worthy of them. And they were worthy to be counted worthy to give their life. So I'm just saying, if you've got the opportunity to lose your life for Christ, if you've got the opportunity to be mocked for Christ, if you've got the opportunity to be pointed at you because you name the name of Christ, if you've got the opportunity to be ridiculed for the name of Christ, in my humble opinion, go for it. Go for it. You'll be in good company. You'll be in good company. Be among those who are counted worthy for the cause of Christ, and those whom the world is not worthy of. That's a hero. That's a hero to me. Those are the people I want to remember today. The ones who are going to die today. I've been speaking for, half an hour. In this half an hour, approximately 6 or 7 people died in the name of Christ while we were sitting here. Freedom to speak about him freely and not doing it. Shame on us. Shame on us. I encourage you. Again, I can't expect you to name the name of Christ if you don't know him. Some of you have been playing this game for years. Alex Mazan was my friend. He was a friend of this ministry. He just turned 20, has an 18-month-old son. Alex is gone. I talked to Alex about the Lord a number of times. I have no idea what was happening inside of Alex. I don't know any decisions that he made.